eventually.
Well, Jeter is one of those guys where he likes the ball middle of the plate in. It doesn't mean he wants to pull it, but he can go the other way. And there you take a look at him. He handles all pitches well, but he goes the other way a lot of times.
There have been a lot of runs scored in this series so far. We have no idea the direction this game might take, but it's possible that the turning point, as we look back, will have come in the first inning. Cecil Fielder's at bat when Nagy was able to strike him out. He was a few pitches away from having this game get completely away from him, and now it's possible that he's approaching a groove.
Yeah, he had a shaky first inning, Bob, and the call, the big curveball on Cecil Fielder to strike him out. Then he gets Charlie Hayes on a fly ball to center to pitch out of it. And the next inning, I mean, from then on, he started to settle in. You see the old Charles Nagy.
But he starts the third with a walk.
Let's take another look at that play in the first inning that got the Indians a run. Jeter's throw to second base handcuffs Sanchez. Now let's see if we can get a look at the play at first base. It's a very close play, no doubt about that, but the ball does beat him. And I have the advantage of an instant replay, but the Yankees do not. And you see they're all up in arms right away when he's called safe. They don't have a replay. They don't need one. And that was the second inning, of course.
O'Neill singled home the Yankee run. Hits this ball well to center field, but Grissom goes back to the edge of the track to haul it in.
Grissom, like all good center fielders, every time a ball is hit, I mean, from our vantage point or from the stands, the fans think this ball is really juiced. And O'Neill did hit that ball well. But the crack of the bat, Grissom back, and I mean, he was in cruise control all the way. Knew he had plenty of room to make the catch. Here's another angle. Easy play for Grissom on a ball well hit by Paul O'Neill.
There's the defense right there. Marquise Grissom, Tony Fernandez, Matt Williams. Pretty good defense the Indians are throwing out there today. All Gold Glove winners.
He won't make the acrobatic plays, scaling the wall and reaching into the customers to pull one back like Kenny Lofton. Nobody in baseball, with the possible exception of Ken Griffey Jr., can do that with Lofton. But Grissom will get to almost everything that's reachable by anybody. Almost. One out, one on, and Bernie Williams takes a strike. How would you evaluate Kaiser's strike zone so far?
Well, I think he's doing a good job, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think that he's giving one pitch more than another. A lot of times a guy will give you the low pitch and not the high pitch, or vice versa. So far he's been pretty consistent as far as up and down is concerned. And that's all you want.
You know, anybody who's watched SportsCenter all year on ESPN has to be saying, hey, Bob and Joe, you got to throw Jim Edmonds' name in there when you talk about acrobatic center fielders. So let's take care of that oversight. What a year he had for the Angels. Making some plays you had to see several times before you're convinced they weren't an optical illusion. 1-2 to Williams.
Funny thing is, Ken Griffey is such a great outfielder. Sometimes we take him for granted. Remember the play he almost made in center field the other night? We just assumed he was going to make it. Although it would have been, you know, one of the great catches in history on the ball that Alomar hit to center field in the Kingdom. So there are a lot of great center fielders in baseball today.
Jeter away from first and diving back now ahead of Seitzer's tag.
Jeter is another of the Yankees that's on his own as far as Joe Torre goes with stealing bases. If he gets a lead, if he feels he can steal a base, he has no problem with it.
He stole 23, although he was caught 12 times, so that's not a great percentage.
But he's a guy who keeps the defense aware of the fact that he will run from time to time.
And he's a young player. He's still learning to steal bases in the major league.
There he goes. Williams lays off. Alomar's throw not in time.
And as soon as we say that, he gets a great jump at first base. Watch, he's off right away. In fact, he left a little early. I knew he had a great jump.
Good throw by Alomar may get him, though, Joe. That throw was high and to the second base side. A good throw may have nailed him. There's Jeter taking a look at the pitch, which is not what you want to do. If it's a straight steal, you don't care where the pitch is. You're just running to the bag. But he's in there.
Now Nagy, who has walked 3 already, runs another full count. Well hit right field toward the corner. Diving for it is Ramirez to make a terrific catch. Manny Ramirez with a whale of a play.
One of the things that Mike Hargrove talked about with us today was the concentration of Ramirez has improved. I mean, you see he ends up having to short arm it a little bit, but he kept his eyes on it. The concentration was there, and that just saves a run.
He almost misplayed that ball by diving for it. He had an easier chance to catch that ball just running flat out and making the catch.
Well, Ramirez has been known to do some interesting things.
Once you're in the air, though, what are you going to do?
In the field and on the bases, he has his own unique approach from time to time. You're right. On the replay, it was clear he was taking it in close to his body. He didn't have to fully extend.
No, absolutely not. That looks good.
Tino Martinez. A ball and a strike to him.
I guess when you're running after a ball like that, it may have been slicing away from him a little bit. We don't have the good angle on it. He may have thought it may take a dive to catch this ball, but it ended up being more of a routine catch for him had he not taken the dive.
Normally when a left-hander gets out in front, that ball will hook, and that ball did not hook, and is probably what fooled him.
2-1 to Martinez, who walked his first time up.
And they're making a conscious effort just to stay in tight on Tino. And you know, the book on him is you have to stay in tight. But if you let that ball move back out over the plate, he will hurt you. But in the first 2 at bats, they've concentrated solely on the inner half of the plate and off the plate inside.
Upwards of 60 pitches, and we're only in the 3rd. Of the Yankee order, doing heavy damage against enemy pitchers. They're roaring on the 2-2 pitch, which is lined to right for a base hit. Here comes Jeter, waved home by Randolph, and the Yankees reclaim the lead.
And a real mistake there by Nagy. They had pitched him inside, so they had him set up to go away. You'll see Sandy Alomar Jr. sitting away on this pitch, and he throws the ball on the inner half of the plate, middle of the plate. Now see where Alomar Jr. is? Now look where the pitch is. Back over the middle of the plate, not where they were asking for the ball, not where he wanted it. And when you get the ball down and out there, see how level his swing is. He just has such a beautiful swing, and he just rips that ball in the right field.
Ramirez had ideas of taking a shot at Jeter, but he was off on the pitch. As that ball was hit and Ramirez, realizing he had no chance for Jeter, wisely held on.
So Jeter walks, steals a base, and rides home on the RBI single from Tino Martinez. 2-1 New York.
Two walks given up by Nagy. He walked the 2 walks that he gave up to the leadoff men, first and third, both have scored.
Two and 1 to the Yankee DH, who struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning. Low roller foul.
I'll tell you, Fielder's had a couple of good pitches to hit, both ABs. There was another good fastball that Cecil was a bit tardy on back in the opening inning. He had a good fastball to hit and fouled it here again. That was kind of a mistake by Nagy. This ball is about knee high and right down the middle. Hit that one off his front foot.
Full count. If Charles Nagy at this rate sees the 6th or 7th inning tonight, it'll be an upset. Runner is off. A liner to Fernandez, and that'll do it in the Yankee third. But a single run gives them a 2-1 lead.